Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the BallVivor Season 4 Edge of Extinction finale and reunion show. Glad everyone could be here for your friends and family in the cast. I'm your host, Blake Saylor. I'm a junior here at Ball State and have been a part of BallVivor for 2 years now. I played in Season 2, which is now on YouTube, as well as this season here. It will be on YouTube. For those that don't know, this is a club on campus that also acts as a game show, simulating the real Survivor show on CBS that most of us love and adore so much. We're obviously not on an island, we're at college, so we play the game a little differently, but still simulating the game show. The contestants do a challenge once a week, along with the tribal council in the same night. This season has been filmed entirely with each contestant filming themselves when not on camera. Alright, so at this time, we're going to introduce our cast, starting with Eric.
Hi, my name is Eric Lagos. I'm a junior video production major, and I like eating at Panda Express.
Hi, I'm Eleanor Witt. I'm a freshman special ed major, and Panda Express is okay.
My name is Carson Brooks. I'm a junior, and I Panda Express 2 days ago.
Alright, so that is our cast from Season 4, Edge of Extinction. A quick recap of how the season played out. Tried to work on this, kind of split halfway through, but the season started with 2 tribes of 17 players, Salve and Aura. Both tribes going back and forth winning challenges. Idols were found by Kendall, Carrie, and Carson, as well as many fakes were planted. And speaking of fakes, as a first topic, raise your hand if you planted a fake in this season.
I'm bacon.
Still counts. Alright. And where did you place them? Where were you going to place yours?
I was gonna put mine in Christy Woods.
Alright, any takers?
I think I had Harper kind of convinced, but I think that was it, and then he got voted out.
Harper should say no. Pancake, what about yours?
So, I have 2 locations.
This one?
Yeah, so the first one was by the stem building in the bush. And then the night that I had a feeling I was going to get voted out, I actually took it out and had it in my jacket so I could protect the real idol that Carson had. So,
Alright.
based on these.
Who else had the fakes? Who played the fakes? Harper and Kendall, where was your fakes?
I mean, it wasn't really a good one, but we put it by the benevolence statue.
Like, made it. We made it out of trash.
You did it out of trash?
Yeah, so when we were looking for idols in one of our various hunts, we found a bunch of like tinsel, and we made it out of that.
Yeah, we just wrote a little note on some paper.
A note of paper.
And we put a fancy looking rock in there.
And then after we wrapped it up, we put it under some rubble.
It was terrible.
So no one actually found this?
No, we did. We went back and got it after the rain the first time. We didn't even put it in a Ziploc.
It was really like a last ditch.
Just working errands.
No, I still have Aaron's fake idol. I'm just saying, it's been 2 seasons. I still have that. It's not. It's not.
And so, to finish, a little recap, we got to the merge, things got to moving, a lot of votes were casted, and we finally got to our final 3 with Eric, Eleanor, and Carson. So, first off, this might be news to the cast, but we're going to introduce our 18th member that you guys missed, Anna Drake. Just kidding, she didn't show up the first night. She was supposed to be a part of Salve, but things happened, so that's how we got things started.
We have Drake on the show?
Alright, but first, KJ, got a question to ask you. So, you were the winner of the Edge of Extinction Challenge. Go into detail real quickly on what this challenge was like, how long it was, and what you had to do to win it.
Alright, so
Camden, you're next.
So there I was at the picnic table, and they announced that we were going to be bear crawling to 3 different locations. And then after we crawl to the 3 locations, you get a puzzle, and you sit at the picnic table. I was the winner of the bear crawl, got the puzzles, and I was sitting at the picnic table for a long time.
How long?
I'm not going to say how long, but
Almost 2.5 hours.
Trying to do a puzzle. I complete the puzzle. Well, I didn't even complete it actually. One of my competitors did for a hint. And then you know, I started my journey to the box. It took a very long journey, but I got it.
You got your way back into the game.
Yep, back into the game, and I got eliminated. So.
So those of you who don't know, Edge of Extinction, once you got voted out, you had a chance to stay in the game, and you had one challenge to complete once you got there, and that was their challenge. They did nothing for weeks up until this challenge. The rest of cast did not know, but moving on from that, Camden, you were also in the challenge.
That I was.
In the challenge, I'm going to read some stats real quick that you shared with me.
Yeah.
So you had 15,557 steps, 1,300 calories burned, 36 floors climbed, and also the heart rate, which I don't know if you are doctors or know heart rate and stuff, but you went from 60 to 206 in this challenge. Basically went from really resting to the highest, I mean, really high. So explain your part of the challenge, because I know it was a tough feat.
Yeah. So the original story, yes, it was supposed to be a bear crawl, but before that it was an army crawl. We tried that. It was too hard. We said, no, we're actually going to bear crawl. And we had to bear crawl basically across an entire football field 3 times, back and forth, which is a lot harder to do on your hands and knees. My hands were bleeding by the end of it. And then I was like maybe 2 minutes behind KJ from that, and then I did the puzzle in 5 minutes. Maybe, give or take. And then I got a piece of paper that was, I think I threw it away because I was angry at it, but it was like, go to the circle of the most famous cardinal, something along the lines of that, and like circle was bolded, and that's what I like tried to stick to. I went to every single statue, I went to every single like monument, every plaque, every model, anything on campus. That was what I was doing for 2.5 hours while KJ was solving the puzzle. I gave up on that. I went back to where KJ was solving the puzzle, which was like a 20-minute walk off campus, and I said, I give up.
And gave him the...
I solved this puzzle for him so that I could get a second hint. And your second hint was the worst second hint. You said it wasn't a beneficence. That was your hint. That was not a hint.
It was with the boundary of where we were. Yeah, it was tough luck. I mean, it was... KJ ended up completing the puzzle later in the season after no one else had seen the puzzle except KJ, but he got it done. Moving on from the Edge of Extinction, I'm gonna terms, Ray of Sunshine, Eric, Yellow Man. So Eric had a thing he liked to do one time. He auditioned with a Yellow Man suit, very unique audition.
Yes!
Very unique audition, and he comes into Halloween with... It was 2 minutes? Is this audition? No, this is fun. But he came into Halloween, Yellow Man, and basically totally changed person. Annoyed me on set, probably looked like it, but I was annoyed with what was going on. But it was funny, and you have obviously grown tremendously from the Yellow Man, what I thought was you from the very beginning, but it wasn't me. I know it's Yellow Man. Here's a quick clip. We've got Eric, aka Yellow Man, and say Jane.
Blue Man.
Okay, just Blue Man. They're both Eric. Eric, last week you did pretty well in the challenge. You saw special someone come back, KJ.
Let's go!
How'd you feel about that?
Let's go!
KJ!
Right.
What do you want there?
KJ, working his way back.
Team KJ.
All right.
All negative.
Oh, man. And throws it. Doesn't get it.
A lot of clues out there, so who knows?
Okay. Negative 14 for Yellow Man. Wow. Okay. I don't think anybody's beating that low of a score. Actually, no, they can't. They can't. Eric, man of the hour. How are you feeling tonight?
Who's Eric?
Yellow Man.
Yellow Man.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, Yellow Man.
Yeah, guys. Please. I feel good. I feel that tonight's going to be amazing. I think that the challenge is going to be exciting. And I think that the vote will be intriguing.
Quick question. Do you think that doing that could have hurt your vote that week?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. If I was playing this, I probably would have. I would put everything. But intriguing, Yellow Man, something like I don't think we'll ever see again in BallVivor. So there you go. Love to see it. Moving on from old Yellow Man, let's get into some secrets. Carson, you have a secret you've been hiding since the start of the season. Now, only a select few individuals in this room know the secret. You want to let everybody know the secret?
Yes. I was actually on production for season 2 for the entire season, so I had a huge advantage coming into the scene.
Cool. Thanks for sharing.
And did anyone know?
No.
I knew about his past with Survivor and that he's already been a Survivor, but that's about it.
Respect.
So yeah, that I don't know how you managed to keep that a secret the entire season, but
Yeah.
it was impressive.
And actually, like during the water challenge by LaFalle, someone on our tribe was like watching like that challenge from season 2, and I was like in the shot, so I don't know how no one like noticed, but I got rid of it.
Yeah, but yeah, that's that. On to another secret. I don't know if we're gonna find the answer to this one. Donnie,
Yeah.
you have a moment that we have a video of where you get a little weary of people behind you, people of your cast, your tribe mates. Gotta be some of the most interesting confessionals I've ever watched. All right, this one stuck out to me. Just watching it randomly. Oh God. Oh God. Is it this one?
Yeah.
There is another one too. There's another one too. But anyways, we can watch this real quick.
Hello there. It's been a while, a few days since we last spoke, and
Hello there. It's been a while since we've spoken. Hello there. As you can see, I've taken many notes. Hello there. It's been a while since we last spoke. Tribals in a couple of hours. On a Tuesday, usually it's a Sunday, so things getting mixed up a bit. As you can see, I'm in my car. Last night I was in my room and I heard voices all night long. The voices wouldn't stop, so I think it was people planting bugs in my house. The competition's starting to catch up, so I had to make a move to my car because, as you can see, I'm visibly shaking. I woke up and vomited this morning because my house is no longer safe to record BallVivor confessionals, so now I'm in the car. Shut up back there! God! But yeah, I'm in the car now. Tonight's the big night. We're voting someone off, and it's gonna be Corey, as long as he doesn't have an idol. But word on the street is that he's voting City. Kendall was talking to him, so Corey should be out of police right now. Everyone wants to vote for him, and everyone is gonna vote for him. So he's gonna have to go. It all goes back to the whole deal of making us all reveal. I told you to stop talking. The whole thing with making us say our votes, but he ended up lying. We were betrayed. And now we're gonna betray him and vote him out. So that's what has to happen.
Alright, so Donnie,
Yes.
what goes behind the bugging of the house? I was confused watching it.
It's like you heard it, like I heard voices, and the voices were people talking about spots where to bug my house. I couldn't tell who the voices were. I'm not sure they did bug my house actually, because even after I got voted out, like we still heard the voices. You know what I mean? But I had to move to the car. I don't know, it was a stressful time with the fog coming and everything. So that's why you saw me break it there. I was under a lot of stress.
Alright, yeah. Is there one person here that you think is bugging your house? If there's anything?
Could be painful. It
Okay.
just might be.
Alright, thank you. I'm taking your word for
I
it.
hired a private investigator. They weren't that good.
I'm sorry. So sorry. Alright, moving on from bugging houses. Let's get into some crucial vote outs. Eleanor and Sydney. Eleanor, having to vote out Sydney right in front of her. How was that impactful to your game?
To my game, it was necessary. Like, it had to be done. I didn't want to do it. I literally, like, I could have done it a vote earlier, and I didn't because I just really didn't want to. So for my game, it was what needed to be done to get me forward. But like on an emotional and on a personal level, it was so hard because I love Cindy. She's my friend, and I wanted to stay working together for much longer. So, yeah.
For those that don't know, in Survivor, when a vote gets to a deadlock, which was the first deadlock of BallVivor, our Ball State Survivor. So
Yeah!
they went to re-vote, voted the exact same, and had to come to tribal council and vote out each other in front of them. Basically, Eleanor saying, "We're voting for Sydney." Boom, like you're out. So, Sydney, to you, BallVivor's first deadlock vote. So many questions with your vote out. What is raging in your head about that?
So, I am a relatively big Survivor fan, but I've never seen a season of Survivor that's gone to rocks. So initially I was like, why wouldn't have Eleanor gone to rocks? Like, there's a chance I could have stayed in. And then I realized that rocks would have gone to Eleanor though, so obviously it makes sense that Eleanor would not have gone that route. So there wasn't really any questions, because I do think at that point taking me out was the smartest move. Because, I mean, this might sound stupid, but I do think if I would have gone to Final 3, I would have had a pretty solid chance of winning. So it did make sense at the time. And there wasn't really anything she could do about it, because it was either risk her going home or try to argue against Donnie and Carson.
Makes sense, makes sense. Mo, to you now. From that vote, could have been crucial. What, if you would have been able to be here, what would your stance on that vote have been?
I don't know. If I was there, I think I could have won the challenge. So, I mean, if I didn't win the challenge, then I would have like talked to everyone. I would have been like, all right, let's vote Carson off. No offense, Carson. I'd been like, let's vote Carson off. Like, he knows what he's doing. You. Because I don't know. I think if he pulled a lot of moves and he strategized a lot. I tried to talk to Eric and be like, all right, let's try to do something like me, you, and Eleanor vote for Carson. But no one listened, so there's nothing I could do about it. I wasn't there. I tried texting them and be like, guys, listen to me, don't do it. No one listened, so.
Yeah, and overall, both were voted out. And Mo, what would you have, how do you think you would have done if you would have won the Final Four challenge?
I mean, if I would have won, I would be sitting in that chair right now. I'm not, it's fine. But, I mean, there's something I could, like, I didn't win. But if I did, then I would, like, obviously one of them would have been voted out. But, yeah.
All right, fair enough. Carrie, to you now. You also were not here when you were voted out. You went home with an idol, which obviously I think you would have played it if you were here. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I would have played it. I also would have split vote, so that was my idea. It was a really stupid idea.
I was always against it.
Wait, you read that?
I said I was
I had an idol.
Oh,
I found an idol. What week was that? I don't know. It was kind of.
It was after merge.
7 or
Not
8.
too much. I found the STEM building one.
What?
The one that all of you were looking
FaceTime
for.
me like, I found an idol!
Yeah. I
In 5 minutes. In less than 5 minutes.
Like,
Oh my word.
you bitches were looking around for hours. I mean, it was in plain sight.
Where was it?
It was right under the lamppost. That's like the first place to look.
This is literally
Texting me.
It was so easy. It was so easy.
Oh my word.
I would have played it. That's true. I probably did it, but I also would have split the vote. That was my idea. Stupid idea, but also it's hard. I was 600 miles away. I was venting myself, didn't really know what's going on, and I was like, let's be safe, split the vote. I ended up myself.
Yeah,
And
that's the safe option possible.
I actually, I was supposed to bring it tonight, and I forgot, so I'm sorry.
But yeah, off of that, this is kind of a topic that, I don't think that you know about, but Salve actually had a reward challenge that was conducted by me in the library.
You did?
You
Did.
know that.
Oh, I hate her. Oh, this one sucked. I hate it. This one was stupid.
Now, the reward challenge was
Yeah.
the distribution of idle clues / blanks / advantages. Pancake, do you want to reiterate what happened there?
Yeah, so basically I did a small scavenger hunt across campus, but only to Woody because I happened to have like 3 things he was asking for like on my person. So that was kind of nice. Won it within like 10 minutes. It was Woody from the library offices in the car. So I just had to buy the avocado and get going. So I got like a double clue, which was kind of cool. I had 2 different clues on it, didn't know if they were related or not. One of them made no sense, one was immediately obvious. So I essentially went, I went home because I was going to go right away. But I initially looked with Frenchie for like an hour and a half by the STEM building and we got nothing. So,
But you ended up not finding the idol.
yeah.
And you planted your fake near the real idol, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just make sure that. This could have had it.
I could
You could
have.
have both.
Hmm?
You could have both.
Could.
Yeah, you walked right over me when I was looking for the other one.
Oh yeah, I realized that. Yeah.
I didn't know about that one.
Yeah. But yeah, that challenge was kind of conducted in the middle of the week, right before merge. It was all over the place, so yeah, it was kind of random. But getting to some other things such as alliances. To Kindle. Actually, no, go back to idols. Very funny. Idols. Explain your idol issue and your idol finding when you found your idol.
Okay. The finding of it?
Yeah.
Well,
You're the first one to find an idol of the season.
that's fun. I thought way too hard about looking for the idol, like for a consistent month, probably. I kept a journal about like a bunch of different stuff relating to the game, and then Blake sent out this message that I thought was super cryptic, and Harper and I stayed up until like 2 a.m. trying to decipher it. And we found a bunch of like really weird loose ends, but it actually had nothing to do with the idol at all.
Had nothing to do with it. It was just me playing Hangman.
And then one day I went into the voting booth to vote out Corey, I believe, and I knocked out the little trap in the voting box. And then I stared at it for like 30 seconds and I was like, can I take that? And then I took it and it was a clue to the idol.
Oh my God.
And everybody knocked it in at least once, I'm sure, because I had done it 3 times. That clue said Swole Troll, and I immediately knew the rec center. And that is why Sydney saw Harper and I at the rec center, because I went there immediately the next day without Harper. Because Harper and I, as people guessed, were pretty close. Harper and I worked together at home in Cornwall. And I did have to have something, I'm sorry. Pretend it's Indianapolis. So I went to the rec center without him because I was starting to get paranoid. And I couldn't find it. But I ran into these girls who told me that they hang out there a lot, doing things there.
and that they had found something with blue duct tape. And I was like, that's what I need. Can you give it to me? And they were like, we gave it to our friend. And I was like, what's his name? Give me his phone number. So I got his phone number and I got on the phone with him and I was like, give me my shit. And he was like, I don't have it anymore. And he took me around this wild goose chase. It was underneath the bridge. So I'm underneath there on FaceTime with this frat kid. And I'm like, all right, so is it in this direction? And he's like, yeah. And he goes, I threw it up there. So I'm like, my head is like touching the bridge and my other like cheek is touching the rock. And I'm like, it's not up here, man. And he's like, I guess I didn't put it there then. And he hung up on me. So I was like, all right. So then I called exec and I was like, put your shit back. And then I went back a couple days later after I tracked down the pledge master and had a deal with the pledge who took the idol. So he did that, and then I found the idol in the same place in the rocks. After finding the Sprite clue with merge beats that said stuff like this is hidden on Sunday nights, which
Speaking.
I thought was for me.
Yeah. So I don't know if any of you noticed, but there were clues everywhere in the season. So first we're going to start. Almost every single week I planted an idol clue in this tree. No one ever saw it. There's one. Right there, Mo, at your feet. So, so we, what was it? It was a hula hoop putt challenge. In the middle of both of your hula hoop putts, there was a lump. There was like a little stick up of a clue. That was a clue. When I was doing tribal council one time, I had this sitting on my chair. No one touched it. What else? We had one in like the doorway of right when you walked in to vote. No one touched it.
It was taped to like the side of like that.
Oh yeah, capture the flag. Yeah, both of your flags had idol clues at the base of it.
I can find flags, dude.
Jesus.
It was
Maybe
right
right
there.
Yeah. There was evil. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Get that out of there. It's over.
And then
Right here.
Kendall finally found. Oh, hello.
Oh my god.
Brayden. But anyways, Kendall finally ended the curse of picking up an idol clue, which 3 of you actually touched it and put it back in the box.
If only you guys could beat me to it.
You're right. She grabbed it. Wow. That was that. And then the Sprite thing was, hey, there's clues. You were the last person that we wanted to get that because you had already gotten that clue. But
I was that one. You guys had me sweating. I remember. Do you remember how I didn't do anything and I walked over with just a Sprite and a little carton? It's because when I walked over to the Sprite, I stuck my hand in it like this and turned the can around so you guys couldn't see what was in my hand. And I pulled the Sprite up and put it in one of those little cartons and pulled it around. And I was like, I hadn't eaten. I already ate today. I just had the clue. And then Sydney, I almost went to Christy Woods to look for your fate. Because I was going to get both of them and give the other one to Harper, and then we would have released them that night. But
I had a fake made and everything. My ass went to Michael's. I bought stuff for this idol, and I never got the opportunity to hide it. I was so upset.
It would have been great.
Luckily, I'm on exec, so I can probably use that next season. Maybe.
there you go. There you go. To finish off our idol talk, Donnie, do you want to share what you received for naming the Bofa tribe?
Oh yeah, I got a clue. I got a message on Discord. It said 8 item. And, well, that didn't really make much sense at the time. I figured it was an idol clue. So I rearranged the letters and got height and time, so the word combination that I looked for that. And that led me to a tall quad on the North Quad building. It wasn't there, but I kind of overthought that. And then we had the auction, and now it makes sense because the 8th item was an idol clue or something, or an idol immunity, or something good. I wasn't paying attention during the auction because I heard my meniscus acted up earlier after I won immunity when I grabbed the thing, so I couldn't have been in the auction anyways. So long story short, I named Oak, I got a clue, but it didn't really matter, and it wouldn't have mattered if I knew it was up because I didn't want to get voted out when Harper got voted out.
Yeah, so basically Donnie was practically given an idol for naming the tribe. And since we had a challenge where you had to fight for your immunity, him and Harper dove at the table. Donnie won. we should have had it. I know, we should have had it.
You should have had a clip of that.
I know.
So good.
But basically, tribal started instantly, and Donnie was safe but couldn't compete in the next few tribal councils, and Harper was then voted out. But the 8th item was Carson's idol that you ended up finding where?
In the pot, actually, right over there. Yeah.
Yeah. So Donnie, I'm sorry, you could have had an idol.
Okay, so here's what happened though. People respected me because I took one for the team.
That's true.
I basically had 3 weeks ago. So, I mean, I think I proved it myself.
That's true. That's true. 2 alliances. Harper, you obviously knew Kendall from before. Was there any notion of backstabbing your partner in crime?
No, I never had any plans for that. I mean, she was the one that brought me into this in the first place, so it was already established before we even started that we were going to partner up for it. And like, the only way it would have happened is if it had to be me or you, and like at the very last moment, maybe. But I never had any plans for it.
Yeah, Harper and I have talked about this extensively because obviously I said what I said when I got voted out about how he should be next. And
We had some miscommunication.
it's because okay. I think you have to explain what happened right before I got voted out then.
Well, she leaned over and asked me if I voted her out. And I wasn't expecting her to get voted out, so I said yeah, just to mess with her. And then she
So I walked into the voting room and I'm like, okay. Afterwards, I got voted out and I walked in and I was like, I can't believe Harper just did that. Hey, by the way, who orchestrated it, was sitting right next to him, heard the whole conversation.
Oh yeah, you were not really. You voted me out. Like you were about to cry. Like,
I was like, because that's why. So then when I walked over here and I like walked the wrong way, if I turned around and looked at Harper and he was laughing at me, I was gonna start crying on the spot. I was so mad at him. Then I walked in and I was like, I can't believe he just did that. I'm mad at him on a friend level. Like he really just did that. So then I said what I said because he told me that he had voted me out.
I thought it was all just a big joke. I was.
And so in my mind, neither of us are winning, or I'm not winning, neither of us are winning. Even though we had a deal that if one of us won, we'd be splitting IHOP. So
That's crazy. There you go. Split the icon. Well, friends, enemies, alliances, we have it all in BallVivor. Speaking of also alliances and friends, Carrie and Mo. First, Mo, question. Were you planning to align with Carrie before the game, or was this a after the game kind of thing? Or after the
No,
marriage?
this is before the game. It was like, I actually got denied coming into BallVivor and she got in. And I was like heartbroken, and then I got an email again saying, all right, we know you're back in the game. So I was like, all right, great. Me and Carrie had a plan all along, like, I'm just being honest, of once the merge happened, we both made the merge, that we would be together.
Right. And a part of that, I tried to look for the clip, could not find it for the best of me, was the capture the flag. First, you two were scheming in the back. And what was this?
So I like ran to the back, and I was like hiding for like 10 minutes, no one saw me, like I was on the other side, and I was like, oh my god, like I'm gonna find a flag. And then all of a sudden I see someone running at me, and it was Carrie. And like Carrie said funny, she's like, I'm not gonna tag you, and I was like, no, I don't know. And she started walking close to me, I was like, Carrie, I don't know what to do right now. She's like, I'm not gonna tag you. So we did kind of talk in the back, and kind of like, I don't know, decide what we're gonna do, and like kind of.
We were on separate teams at this time.
We were on separate teams, but we made a plan together that we wouldn't get each other out in that game. I'm sorry.
And to Carrie, I almost brutally messed this up by yelling this. I yelled something sort of like the field hockey girls are chasing after each other, like speed on speed, something like that. And you just flat out stopped in your tracks, looked at me, and like yelled at me for saying this, rightfully so. I was explaining something. The only person that I thought would hear this was Carson, who was sitting out that challenge. Did anyone else hear me say this?
No, none.
Alright.
Me and Kendall were in jail.
Yep, we were doing our own scheming.
But yes, that was a very, very exciting challenge and fun class challenge.
I would do that again.
Next topic was a little thing on backstabs. To Nathan/Frenchie. Your vote out was one of the turning points of the game with the blindside, backstab. I remember seeing your face getting voted out. It was like the whole time.
You did the face again?
No.
Well, like at first I saw my name once and I thought it's part of the game. I'm not afraid of it. I thought I had good lines, and little by little I just started laughing because I saw my name once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and I was thinking it was Salve that turned on me at first, and I had no idea what happened. So I got back there and I started saying, yeah, nobody wants to mess with me, and I'm just giggling because I didn't know what to do. And yeah, later on I figured out what happened, and it made much more sense in my scenario.
What would you have changed for that week?
The day before I got voted out, I saw KJ in the gym, and we were talking for like a full-on 30 minutes about like we should be talking with Eric, Pancake, and Donnie just to have us 5 and like move on from there. And I said, let's talk about it after the vote tomorrow, and like talk about it with them. And after that, I got voted out, so I couldn't do anything about it. So sucks. Yeah,
To another interesting backstab play, we're going to go to Pancake. This is about Carson. We know. What would you have done to prevent that from happening, 1, or when should you have backstabbed Carson?
Okay, first one.
If you knew something suspicious.
So here's the funny thing, my confessionals, if they're put in like right before it happened, I had started to figure out that Carson actually like knew a member of production and played regular like Survivor games. And so I like put these pieces together throughout the week and realized, okay, Carson actually knows like a lot of, like I went to his Instagram, I saw like he was like in this game or something that was recorded, this whole thing. I'm starting to put the pieces together and then I realized, okay, he's like being really worried this week. Like there's a very good chance like if I go home, it's probably the person. So by the time I figured it out, it was definitely just too late. The pieces were already, they were made. So this is very much.
Carson, with that, the beard bros. I mean, I know you had to do what you had to do. But what were your thoughts on that?
Oh man, that was a tough round. There were so many like pieces that just like went into that vote, but it was definitely like scary because I wasn't there. That was the one Sunday I wasn't there, so that made it even more stressful. Yeah, I did Pancake so dirty.
Look, I had my like ex-partner rant moment on last Sunday, so
You did.
Good now. So with that, we are going to go to the final 3 for some last final questions before we reveal the winner of this season. Starting with, we'll go Carson. What was the lowest point in your game?
The lowest point?
Lowest point in your game?
Like my worst move or like what I felt the worst about?
Nah, just say both.
I think my worst move was my shirt engine. Like strategically I think I did okay, but like socially I definitely screwed up a lot. In terms of like what I felt the most, or what's the right word? Like what I felt the worst about, I guess, would be probably the pancake though, because one thing that like, I don't know if you've like said, but we actually went to, was it Marshall's? Hobby Lobby. We spent $20 on fake idol supplies and built fake idols and hid them, and we looked for hours for idols, and like, yeah, I kind of screwed them, but I felt pretty crappy.
All right. And kind of, you've claimed yourself to be cutthroat as your word in final tribal council. Why did you backstab so many people? But I think I know the answer.
I mean, this, like, I don't know, maybe this is the wrong answer, but I just love Survivor. Like, I love the gameplay. I wanted to have control, and sometimes I had to go against the grain to get that control, so.
Gotcha. Respectful. To Eleanor, what do you think your best moment, highest moment, and best moment in the game was?
I think either, sorry, Kenny, but when I maneuvered the Kendall boat, that was really good because it made me feel confident about myself. Or also the Donnie boat, one of those two.
Gotcha. And the highest, like, happiest, what were you feeling?
Happiest was when I had one meetup with Carson and Harry and Mo and Sydney with just like the 5 of us, and it was just like a really good, fun group of people. So like even despite like outside of the game, just getting to know some other wonderful people was really amazing.
Gotcha. And then one more question. Being the only freshman to ever make the final 3, congratulations. What have you taken away from BallVivor in your freshman year of college?
Oh my goodness. Just in general, having more confidence in myself, coming forward into myself, and being willing to have people who don't like me, and have people who just don't like me, and being okay and not holding that against myself. Having more confidence in myself, especially as someone who is like, I have anxiety, it's really important to me what other people think about me. And so in this game, you never know what other people think about you. You never know if your allies are maybe going to vote you out, or who you can trust, or any of that, or if people you thought you really mattered to, or you really cared about, might eventually not reciprocate that. And so for me, learning to be okay with that, learning that I don't have to please everyone, I don't have to make everyone happy, it's enough for me just to be who I am.
So, you said it all season. You and KJ, did you guys know each other before the game? I just haven't.
Oh yeah, we had class before.
Okay.
We even talked a lot during that class. Okay, we did. So I did talk to him a lot. Oh, I did okay, so I did my final with KJ. Totally forgot about that. But yeah, it was really cool. When I found out when we started the game, it was really interesting to know that he was also here.
Gotcha. How did the theme with Edge of Extinction, what was going through your mind? Like, obviously you were probably rooting for KJ. Did your game get a little ramp up when you saw him walk through the doors when you won?
It was kind of a mixture of both sides because obviously I was really excited to see him back. I knew that I would have someone else to talk to throughout the week, definitely someone I could strategize with. But at the same time, I knew having him back, I knew immediately that people assumed that I would be in partnership with him. So, and which I was. That was not a secret. I was always very close to KJ throughout the game. I never made that a secret. But that obviously made us a bigger target because we had Telephone. But I don't know. I definitely had to start thinking about my game plan more carefully. But I still wanted to work with KJ. I don't hear ever a point where I that excited.
Gotcha. And another thing I had to ask, last question here. You've changed a lot from day one to now. And my eyes and all of our eyes, taking you a lot more seriously now that you're sitting there in that final 3. You were raised sunshine every week at Tribal, even with the yellow moon. Yellow. How did you stay optimistic even though you were on the wrong side of a lot of votes?
It's honestly just the nature of the game, BallVivor. I mean, you just have to fall by Tom said.
I'm so serious, dog.
I'm serious. You just have to survive every week, whether one week it was based on the alliances that I had that week or how much power influence on the week if I had immunity or not, what I knew in the game, and just knowing what I knew about it. Because before I had started BallVivor, I had never seen an episode of Survivor. And I still haven't watched it. I apologize. I'll watch it after I'm out of here. But David's doing this to me right now. I still love David. I would kiss him right now. He is my friend. But no. Yeah, come on, David.
So what are the odds?
What was the question again?
You already
Okay, that's my answer.
So he asked what are the odds?
What are the odds?
1 in 5.
1 in 5?
Oh, those are good.
3, 2, 2, 1, go.
3. So, with that, that's all to go to the announcement. But we have one thing to ask Sir Braden. You walked in late. Stand up, Braden. You are actually the season 3 winner. Congratulations. So, who do you think is winning right here? Who do you think? Just based on what you've seen, who's your thought?
Me.
You know what? I've been thinking about this. I'm going to say Eric.
Let's go. All right. Sounds good. We will read the votes momentarily.
Braden's vote does not count in the final.
How dare you! You're cheating!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It has to count for something.
In your heart, you can. I promise.
I like that.
Okay, good.
All right. So I will read the votes for the final time of season 4. And these votes are good. So here we go. First vote, Eric. Second vote, Carson. Eric. Carson. Carson. Eric. 3 votes left. Eric. Carson. We are tied at 4 votes Eric, 4 votes Carson, 1 vote left. The winner of season 4, Edge of Extinction, is Carson!
I love you all.
First comments, Carson.
I thought I was losing. Oh my gosh. I'm just like so grateful. Like I'm such a huge Survivor fan. Like I came into this game so unconfident. I was an alternate for season 2. I got cut. So like it just means so much to me, and I'm so thankful.
Obviously, watching that, I'm sure everybody was like, oh geez, where's this going? You finally saw your name being called to win. After years of Survivor fan, BallVivor being a part of, you finally have won. What do you think, what are you going to do now?
I don't know. I mean, I would love to help out next season. Yeah, I'm just like, I keep saying I'm thankful, but it's true. I have so much love for this club, and like, getting to play this game the whole semester has been such a treat. I don't know. I just love Survivors.
Are you shocked by the way the jury votes fell in that way?
In a way, yes. I thought it was going to be 5-4 and me losing, so I'm very interested in who voted for me. But yeah, I am surprised. And these were 2 amazing finalists. Like I would have been happy with either of them winning. So
Yes, well said. Another thing is, why do you think, in better words, before last week's tribal council, did you have a different view of, are you winning this game, or are you losing this game, than to after?
yeah, like coming into the final tribal, I knew I was going to get absolutely slaughtered. I mean, I really did play a villainous game. But my goal coming into and not make any excuses. And I feel like that's what I did. So yeah, I was definitely surprised though, for sure.
Well said. And once again, congratulations to Carson. Eric and Eleanor, congratulations.
Hi, my name is Eleanor Witt, and I'm a freshman from West Lafayette, Indiana, studying special education. And here are 5 reasons why you should cast me for BallVivor. Reason 5. I will acknowledge right away that I'm a freshman, and I have absolutely no issue being the token idiot freshman of the group. That's not a problem for me. I will gladly fulfill that role. Reason 4. I come from a family who loves Survivor. We weren't allowed to do anything on Wednesday nights because that was Survivor night, and we would all gather and watch it as a family. Reason 3, speaking of that family, I have 5 siblings, 4 of whom are brothers, so I am very used to conniving and manipulating in order to get what I want. Reason number 2, I haven't killed my dorm plant yet, so that hopefully has to stand for something. And reason 1, I have proven navigational skills. I found my way from West Lafayette to the best college in Indiana. Thank you for your consideration.
It's not important. What is important is how I'm gonna say that I'm gonna be the BallVivor. Because my name is Eric Lagos, but I'm also the Yellow Man. Has there ever been the Yellow Man on the show before? No. And you know why else I have what it takes to win? I know what number you're thinking about right now. I do. Put it in your head. 3.14159.268. Boom. That's just the number that's in your head. If it's not, I put it in there. And that's just how I'm gonna win this competition. Because if I think it, I will win. I'm gonna also wear this on screen. That's how I'm gonna win. BallVivor.
Hello, my name is Carson. I am 20 years young, and I'm a junior at Ball State studying psychology with minors in social work and counseling. I work as an RA in Stu West, so live, laugh, love. It's definitely an experience, but I make the most of it, and I honestly really love my work. I have applied to BallVivor before, so that's a fun fact. So now I'm applying again, hoping to get on. I have played live games before. I'm a huge Survivor fan, just ask Davey. And I feel like I do pretty well. Like, I'm positive, I'm energetic, I love running, I am strategic, and I get like the social aspect, so I think I would kill it. And yeah, that's about it. Hopefully you'll get the chance to know me.